Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our British Parliamentary Debate. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Siva Fatira as Master of Ceremony. Today's motion is about the House returns of what it means to be Indonesian to the curriculum. Before we start our debate today, I will give you a few minutes to discuss about the motion. And time will start from now. Okay, time is up. Now we listen to the opinion from the first debater, Nastasia Putri. The time is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in this debate. Thank you for the opportunity to give my argument in this debate. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Anastasia Putri from Opening Government as Prime Minister. Pancasila is identity of the Indonesian nation. As the national identity, Pancasila presents the face of the nation which has the spirit embodied in the Pancasila precepts. Pancasila carries within itself the Indonesian nationality, which is not only a state but has a soul that cannot be replaced by anything. Pancasila education is one of the compulsory subjects that are always available at the university. The provision is based on Article 35, Paragraph 5 of Law Number 12 of 2012 concerning higher education. The article states that the higher education curriculum is obligated to contain subjects of religious education, Pancasila education, citizenship education, and Indonesian language. In other words, Pancasila education is an ideological education in Indonesia. The purpose of Pancasila education is to form good citizens who understand their right and obligation as citizens and have a sense of love and nationalism for the Indonesian state. Nationalism and a sense of nationality in Indonesia are rooted in history, not in the power ideological hegemony. The characteristic of his life view or philosophy of life is different from other nations because it is lived from cultural value through a creative and philosophical work of the nation founders. The reason is the basis for why Pancasila education is needed as the basis for forming the nation character. Pancasila is the original philosophical realization of the Indonesian nation, said Deputy Minister of National Education Fazli Jalal when speaking at the seminar Revitalization and Actualization of Pancasila Values in the Framework of Strengthening the National Character. So far, all components of the Pancasila value have been taught in school through civic and religious education subjects. Now, said Fazli, there is pressure to strengthen the title Pancasila, so the title will make the content standard and the competency standard clear, he said. Pancasila education aims to develop student into Indonesian people who have a sense of nationality and love for the country with the character of Pancasila. On this occasion, Fazli described strategies such as what could be done at the primary and secondary education level and at the university level. The short-term strategies this year from primary and secondary education is to strengthen the implementation of Pancasila education in the existing curriculum. This means that existing civic education lesson must be delivered through cooperative, interactive, exploratory, critical, and problem-solving approach. That is for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anastasia Putri. The next debater is from Opening Opposition, Intan Dewi Astuti and Nurul Tawiatasya. The time is yours.
Okay, I will introduce myself. My name is Intan Dewi Astuti. I am from the leader of opposition. Pancasila is a view of life, the basis of the state and a national ideology that functions as one of the pillars of the Indonesian nation state. The government has decided to eliminate Pancasila from the curriculum, and why no one to return Pancasila to the curriculum? In my opinion, the absence of a Pancasila curriculum does not mean not learning Pancasila. It just that the discussion of Pancasila is usually delivered together with lesson related to character, moral, and religious education. In character education, it is based on Pancasila. It includes material about Pancasila, such as the character of a nation that is competitive, has a noble character, and is morally based on Pancasila characterized by the character and behavior of humans and Indonesian people who are diverse, have faith and power, good, omedi, virtuous, tolerance, mutual compassion, patriot spirit, dynamic development, and technology oriented. And it is now in TP number 57 of 2021, especially Article 40, paragraph 3, it says that only 3 compulsory subjects are in the higher education curriculum, namely religious education, citizenship education, and language. It is now that in law number 20 of 2003 in Article 37, but in paragraph 1 for the primary and secondary education curriculum, as well as paragraph 2 for the higher education curriculum do not contain specifically and explicitly mention Pancasila education. So far, Pancasila lesson it is not specifically or required in the curriculum higher education, but that does not mean in elemented discussion about Pancasila can still be found in character education. Okay, thank you.
Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Turuto Tasha, as leader of opposition. In these regulations, we the government decide to eliminate Pancasila in the curriculum because, in our opinion, Indonesian society doesn't have to learn more about Pancasila. I'm sure that all Indonesians understand very well about Pancasila and without having to wasting time studying in it again continuously, right? It's Pancasila subjects. In my opinion, the absence of Pancasila doesn't mean not learning and practicing Pancasila. Teachers and lecturers can better apply what Pancasila means in learning in the classroom so students will easily practice it. For me, I really agree if Pancasila lessons are eliminated because we are very enough to wasting our time learning basic things like that. More are used to learn more reading lesson in academics because Pancasila subjects doesn't have to have enough subjects with us accustomed and have a sense of responsibility. And we should have sense of we are Indonesian citizens. We are Pancasila, make Pancasila as a guide to live in harmony and peace. Pancasila is the basic of our life as Indonesian citizen. That's enough from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Intan and Nurulita. The next is Hilman Afsia from Deputy Prime Minister. The time is yours.
Okay, my name is Hilman Afsia from Deputy Prime Minister. In creating a brilliant generation, Indonesia must have a foundation to remain strong for its generation. Indonesia has national, institutional, curricular, and instructional goals. However, this purpose is closely related to curriculum that can be guided in teaching and learning activities. With the curriculum, the brilliant generation, also called student, have to get new experience, which is in the future can be developed according to its development, and can be provision for later life. National goals affect national education. Institutional goals affect institution. Then curriculum goals affect the field of study, and instructional goals affect the description of the field of study. With the curriculum, there are tools or effort to achieve goals. Also, the curriculum has a relationship with Pancasila for Indonesia in terms of philosophy, namely, a view of the nation's life that a life is perceived in everyday life, and to apply the perceive of Pancasila requires serious to on how the value of Pancasila can be implemented. In this case, of course, education act as important role. For example, in Pancasila, there is a principle of belief in one supreme God. In the implementation of education, of course, the first principle will be given to a student as main lesson that must be practiced. Therefore, in school, Pancasila moral education is given. One of the first principle is to choose and fight. And the purpose of Pancasila education is to form good citizen who understand their right and obligation as a citizen and have a sense of love and nationalism from Indonesia state. And this goal is very compatible with the curriculum. And because of that, the curriculum is very important for Indonesia. That's for me, and thank you.
Thank you, Silma. The next one is from Deputy Leader of Opposition, Muhammad Fazri Widiansyah and Qurratu Ain. The time is yours.
Good morning. I am Muhammad Fazri Widiansyah from Deputy Leader of Opposition. From the Deputy Prime Minister said before, that Pancasila education was important and became a driving factor that the existence of Pancasila education in the curriculum was very important for Indonesia. In my opinion, the absence of Pancasila education in the curriculum is not a problem. Is it true was what the leader of opposition said, that the absence of Pancasila curriculum does not mean not learning Pancasila. So the absence of Pancasila education in universities does not matter. Why? Because there are already three compulsory and compulsory subject, namely Pancasila education, citizenship education, and language education. So the three compulsory course are sufficient and cover all the sorts of the fifth precept. So the absence of Pancasila education in university does not mean that we forget or ignore the contents of the five Pancasila. But how we apply the five step to ourselves for daily activity and learn to apply Pancasila to ourselves not only depends on us. To one thing, such as the Pancasila curriculum. So here I assume that the absence of Pancasila education in the curriculum is not a problem for all us. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Qurratu Ain from Deputy Leader of Opposition. The curriculum is a set or a system of plans and arrangement regarding learning materials that can be guided in teaching and learning activity. In essence, the curriculum is a lesson plan. Therefore, all parties involved and directly related to the function of the curriculum must understand it. Pancasila is the basis of national education because the relationship between social ethics and educational philosophy cannot be separated. It is a hierarchical system that is interconnected with one another. Education is also a requirement and cannot be separated from political interest. The Pancasila based curriculum is a solution that can be applied, especially in the field of education in Indonesia. The application of Pancasila falls in each subject will have a positive effect on student and teacher. With Pancasila education, it is hoped that the younger generation will not be uprooted from their own cultural roots and that guidelines or guiding principles in thinking and acting in daily life based on the meaning and values of Pancasila. The curriculum in Indonesia is always changing because it follows the development of the time, especially the development of science and technology. Why is the curriculum always changing? Curriculum change occur because they follow change in the political, social, culture, economic, and science and technology system in society. Meanwhile, the negative impact is more focused on the readiness of teacher and student in accepting the curriculum change the occur. If the curriculum is not developed, it will be difficult to cope with situations that are rapidly changing and full of uncertainty, which are important components in facing the age of science and information technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Fazri and Koroto. Next is Raihan Hasifah from Closing Government as Member of Government. The time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Prime Minister has explained that Pancasila education is one of the compulsory subjects that are always available at the university. This provision is based on Article 35, Paragraph 5 of Law Number 12 of 2012 concerning higher education. The article states that the higher education curriculum is obligated to contain subject of religious education, Pancasila education, citizenship education, and Indonesian language. In other words, Pancasila education is an ideological education in Indonesia. But the leader of the opposition refuted on the ground that character education is based on Pancasila, so it includes material about Pancasila such as strong, competitive, noble, and moral character based on Pancasila. If it is taught at the same time as other lesson in one subject, it means that the lesson doesn't study the values of Pancasila in depth because it doesn't focus on one material. And unfortunately, there are many Indonesian citizens who still do not know the very important values of Pancasila, so that they don't reflect themselves as Indonesians. Even worse, many already know, but intentionally or not, they ignore it. One example of behavior that deviates from the values of Pancasila and is very influential in Indonesia is the large number of corruption. Of course, I'm very sure that corruptors who have position in government have learned about the values of Pancasila, but they don't care about it. With the existence of Pancasila as the national ideology, then Pancasila values must be implemented properly by the government and the common people. But in reality, at this time, people are starting to lose their identity, in the sense that the ideological values that must be the guidelines in the nation and state are now starting to disappear in everyday life. Pancasila's ideology has now only become the motto of the rules. In the life of the nation and state, the values of Pancasila, which should be the implementation of exemplary for the community and state officials, are currently no longer being implemented. An example is the abuse of power and position that afflicts the people. The number of ordinary people and public figures who are corrupt show that the values of Pancasila are not properly embedded in the hearts of people in the nation and state. Therefore, Pancasila is a source of anti-corruption values because in Indonesia itself, corruption is the most important problem, so that is very contrary to the values of Pancasila. As in the first principle, namely, ketuhanan yang Maha Esa, corruption is a very sinful act. As a nation that is known to be religious, of course, this corruption case is very contrary to the values of Pancasila, especially in the first precept and the second precept, namely, keadilan yang adil dan beradab. With this corruption, because the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. The higher a person's position, the more free he is to take the rights of the others. Corruption is often carried out by state officials so that the rights that should be obtained by the lower middle class are not reduced or even disappear. So that officials who were initially trust and respect by ordinary people, but because of the corruption that was carried out, made the public have a sense of hatred and oppose the official themselves. Poverty that has exploded in our country can continue to increase, and over time we will not be able to handle it because the cases continue to increase due to the high number of corruption cases. From this corruption case, we can conclude that even educated people who study Pancasila in depth can lose their Pancasila spirit. Can you imagine if we eliminate the curriculum that requires Pancasila education in our country, how big the corruption case will continue to appear in the future? So we must ensure the value of Pancasila by studying it in depth. Although we cannot guarantee that by holding a curriculum that requires us to study Pancasila, at least we have tried to minimize this corruption case. And the Deputy Prime Minister said that in producing a brilliant generation, Indonesia must have foundation so that it remains strong for its generation. Indonesia's national institutional, curricular, and instructional goals. The Council of IBA University, Tariq Rashid said there are two ways to grow Pancasila for all components of Indonesian society, namely formally through by education by socializing the values of Pancasila. We can underline this by education. Then, how can Pancasila philosophy become a way of thinking for the Indonesian people to criticize outside views or through a sociological reduction process? The historian of South Sumatra, Syarifuddin Yusuf, assessed that past policies were always abandoned by the current government because they consider all previous policies to be bad. One of them is the policy of implementing the guidelines of understanding and practicing Pancasila, which was enforced during because of the values of Pancasila, it is natural that the younger generation now is currently doing things that are contrary to the values of Pancasila, such as fighting, brawling, and so on. The current government seems to have made no effort to return the Pancasila education. There is a name of the BPIB agency, but I don't know what is does BPIB should not only study the values, but also disseminate it to the community, especially the younger generation, he said. Syarifuddin tends to hope that the upgrading of Pancasila education as in the new order era can be revived, of course, with various adjustments. Any values do not match anymore, don't need to be used. I think can be strong reason for us to continue require Pancasila education in the curriculum for the better future in our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Raihan. The next debater is Muhammad Fikri Andika Putra as member of opposition. The time is yours.
Thank you, Mas. Thank you to Master Ceremony. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Fikri Andika Putra as member of opposition. The Prime Minister said that Pancasila education can form with citizens who understand their right and obligation as citizens and have a sense of love and nationalism for the Indonesian state. In this case, what needs to be underlined is being able to form good citizens and their right and obligation. In the subject of citizenship education, there are materials that teach about right and obligation as citizens. And in religious education, we are taught right and obligations such as right and obligation in giving charity or living this life. Again, as the opposition leader said, this Pancasila education actually does not need to exist in the sense that it doesn't mean not learning about the science of Pancasila, but rather that This Pancasila values already exist as a theme in the subject, and of course, students will learn about right and obligation in this subject. Except there are in-depth job prospects from Pancasila education subject, there are not taught in several subjects at certain level of education. In my opinion, as an opposition side, instead of adding more subjects, it will have an impact of the curriculum. Namely, learning will certainly increase. Has the government side thinking about this? Of course, student interest in learning will decrease later. Sometimes humans prefer to complicate something easy. The easy way for citizens to have a sense of nationalism for the Indonesian state is to strengthen the job prospect of the existing subject, not by adding the subject that already cover this objective. What is needed is direct application or practice, not just theory that is taught when discussing obligation. We take examples such as throwing trash in its place. It easy, but it's true what I said before. Humans tend to complicate things that are easy to be difficult. Have we, as Indonesian citizen or student, fulfill this easy obligation? We don't need to lie to ourselves. If possible, our country is clean now like Japan. But in reality, we only know this is a theory and do not apply it in everyday life. And for the problem of corruption, corruption is the biggest problem for the Indonesian state and the government state that existence of Pancasila education will create a bright young generation and will minimize the occurrence of corruption. I agree. However, again, the Pancasila has 5 precepts, and in the curriculum when studying in Indonesian is quite dense. Now it might start to be little like that, where learning starts in the morning until noon. Do we need to hold full day school again? Another question that is I want to love is what is the point or goal? Why should we hold this Pancasila education subject? However, each of each of the precept in Pancasila exists, or is it divided into several subjects that have been agreed upon by the Ministry of Education and have been used as a curriculum? The important point that I want to give is we don't need additional subject. However, there needs to be real implementation by Indonesian citizen or student. Because with the addition of Pancasila education subject, it is clear that the government has not even prepared and has not prepared the impact of this, as well as way to overcome it. That's all I can say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Fikri. The last from government team is Government Whip, Nanda Wanda Jayati. The time is yours.
Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Nanda Wanda Juriati as Government Whip. The curriculum has a very important position in education because it is the curriculum that regulates so that educational goals can be achieved and do not divide from the plain goals. In the field of education, the Ministry of Education and Culture has even prepared a framework for designing and implementing the Pancasila ideology into our educational curriculum, because the context of understanding Pancasila is not as simple as teaching other fields of study that are applicable. A proper historical study is needed so that teacher and student understand Pancasila properly and correctly. In Hatta views, it is impossible for a nation to be built without the principles of solidarity and subsidiarity. The principle of solidarity implies the need for collectively active cooperation from the components of culture, ethnic ethnicity, traditional, and religion that exist in society. The principle of subsidiarity is the value of the togetherness when those who are able to help the poor, the strong help the weak, especially in the fields of economy, education, and culture. This spirit should dominate the thinking structure of Indonesian society. However, what happened in the opposite, national and religious unity is torn apart by the desires and passion of the interests of certain groups, which make our society today no longer respect the diversity of ethnicity, cultural, cultural, traditional, and religion that's our wealth of the nation. There's the low awareness of the history of a society indicates the failure of education to educate the nation life. An intelligent nation has a strong historical memory and is willing to learn from history instead of self-reflecting their weakness and mistake. Many Indonesians now prefer to blame the constitution, which was built with great difficulty by the founder of the nation state. Therefore, it is not to warn if Pancasila was born to emphasize the sociality, culturally, traditional, and religiously. Indonesian is actually a child of nation. In it reflect a very beautiful mosaic of a color and nuance. To bring the mosaic of the beauty of Indonesian into a correct understanding of the Pancasila ideology, the field of education, there is no other way but to reteach the basic principle of Pancasila into the formal curriculum framework through a cross-curriculum approach, not to mention the need for textbook and new subject about Pancasila in school. A cross-curriculum approach in order to build awareness of Pancasila is more evenly distributed among student niche if there are Pancasila values in the existing subject or field of study. Awareness as understand of the principal independence between one field of study and another with the tools. It is important to be incorporated into the school culture. Thank you. That's all for me.
Thank you, Nanda. The last one from opposition with Fajri Andini, the time is yours.
Thank you. Let me introduce myself. My name is Fajri Andini. I'm as opposition whip. Curriculum is a set of plans, content, and materials of an education. Of course, curriculum very important. Curriculum plays a big role that influence an education. And talking about Pancasila, as far as we know, and all people know that this is the truth. The truth is Pancasila is our foundation. Pancasila is a way or a procedure how we live our life, and returning Pancasila into the curriculum, based on the leader of opposition said, is it true returning Pancasila into the curriculum is unnecessary? The third compulsory that are mentioned have repackaged Pancasila with a new style. Each point of Pancasila freshly packaged with not too much theory. For example, religion education. The student learn how about religion, and it's related to point number 1. And in the materials, of course, the student learn about the morals. For example, we should do not different people based on their religion. It is related to the point 3. the unity of Indonesia. It can be a practice for students to think critically. I will add the opinion of the member of opposition. Too many theories will make the student feel bored. Studying too long time in the class can make students feel bored. Basically, learning has its portion too. Sitting in the class, start in the morning until afternoon only make the brain tired and it become lazy. In my opinion, Pancasila is very important, but the generation was developed time to time. Students on this generation thinking critically. In the curriculum, Pancasila comes with freshly looks. In that way, can bring mosaic the beauty of Indonesian in a good understanding of Pancasila in education. Along with the times, our way of thinking is changing and growing. The education also follow the flows of the time so that the millennials can receive it well. It doesn't mean getting rid of, just being packaged into the new style, form, and the fresh look. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Andin. Ladies and gentlemen, all the debaters have presented their respective arguments. Thank you for all the arguments that have been given. I, as the Master of Ceremonies, thank you for your attention in today's British parliamentary debate. Sorry if I have any mistakes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wabarakatuh.
Yes.